gathered up all my stuff. I was gonna move around, go down to the bottom, drop all my stuff, and then start stalking around the rock wall where I thought he was bedded. And then when I got around where I could see that again, he was standing on my side of the rock wall and looking back like something had spooked him. And then he took off running back the way I first saw him, and then went past there and bedded for like 3 or 4 minutes, and then got up and walked across the mountainside and dropped into a cut. And I can't see into that cut, but I never saw him come out. I'm on the same hillside that he was last on before he dropped into that cut. Hide. I don't know if he saw me, heard me, or winded me, but he spooked hard. And ran way up into the head of this drainage. I couldn't tell you how far, because I couldn't see in there when he ran. He ran around the corner, and I knew that was it, but it was really cool because I got to work a buck finally. That was fun. It's January 7th. It is 10 after 7 in the morning. Sun's coming up. And today I'm back at it again. This will be my 5th day of hunting. And I've got today and tomorrow, and then I got to be back at work the next day. So this is a 2-day stretch. I'd like it to be a today stretch and go home with a deer. I was working my way up this finger to get in position early enough over the spring. I was just glassing every once in a while, and I was out in the open on top of a rock, and I turned and saw a deer on the mountain overlooking me here. And then I put antlers on the first one, antlers on the second one. They're young bucks, and I think antlers on the third one, but I can't be sure. But I know there's at least 2 actual bucks. They're 478 yards. Okay, there's a 4th deer, so it may be 3 little bucks and a doe. That Forky or whatever he is working does. He's chasing them. That's good. I hope I get a chance. I'm hugging this rock and only poking my head up to glass those other ones. And I caught movement and looked over, and there was a fawn at like 20 and 25 yards. And her mama was behind her. The fawn got nervous first and then hopped off, and mama eventually spooked. I couldn't move. Alright, I gotta turn because the others were watching. I don't know if they'll come now. been about an hour since I could see any. I'm hoping that means they're bedded and they didn't run off while I wasn't looking. Right after I turned the camera off, I looked up there and one of the bucks was standing out in the open, kind of stretching and doing his thing. And then I saw the other buck through the brush, grazing and stuff. The one buck laid down in the open, which I think you can see. And the other one is out of sight, but they're still there. So my plan is just to wait them out and hope they come this way to water before dark. If I try to go up there, I'm just going to blow them out of there. I don't even know where the other deer are. So I'm just waiting, hoping they come this way. Just got a shot. Little young buck. He was at 50 yards and I had to stop him. I could have waited. Now that I look at it, I could have waited, but I had already ranged the spot he was at, so. Oh, I don't think I hit him. Darn it. Well, he doesn't look hit. He jumped it. I had to stop him so he knew I was there. jumped the string. He had separated from the other deer to come to water, but I can't go after them until I check my arrow and stuff, so due diligence. I'm pretty sure it's a miss, but I gotta make sure. Alright. At least I got a shot. There was one deer hair on the fletching. I mean, he jumped the string, which I'm not surprised. Like I said, I had to stop him, which means he was waiting for something to happen, so. This cold front rolled in and it's getting colder. I have no idea where those other deer went. This smaller buck that I shot at, he was the smaller of the two. I think I heard a twig break or something, and I looked back and I see a deer coming, and it was 48 to 50 depending on where he was standing. So I stopped him, drew back, and put my sight on him and squeezed, and it felt like the second I squeezed he jumped and ran, and there was one hair on the fletchings. So I don't know. Sorry I screwed it up, but that's what you get for watching an amateur on YouTube. Looks like that winter storm is coming in a little earlier than expected or something. I don't know. I'm not a meteorologist, but I'm gonna start heading out of here. I don't know where those deer went. The direction they were going is the direction I gotta go to get out of here anyway, so maybe I'll see them.
It's windy, 30 degrees. It's cold outside, not very comfortable. So I'm not getting in a hurry right now.
There are a few little places in this canyon where the wind seems to break. If I can find a spot like that where I can stop and glass for a while, I will, but otherwise this is going to be pretty miserable. Hopefully I can find a buck to go after in this storm. Otherwise I may be leaving this trip with nothing but the hair of a Coues deer. Well, this is fun. There ain't much reason to stick with this at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and hike back to the truck. If I find anything on the way back, my mouth is numb right now. If I find anything on the way back, I'll obviously give it a shot, but otherwise I'm done. I think these deer are hunkered down in these deep cuts and up under thick brush, and I could probably go walk up each one of these cuts until I spook them out of there, but what's the point then? So it's supposed to keep this up all day. In fact, it started earlier than what the forecast said. I'm gonna go get warm. I got a couple miles walk out of here, but I'm gonna go get warm, head home, and have a good evening with my family and get ready for work. I'll be back at this in a few days, so until then,